Ever since the dawn of time, I've been flooded with reasons and stories of why single moms are bad people and no one should ever date them. I must say, we have genuinely heard it all. From them allegedly making nothing but bad choices, to them being the ultimate overlord choosers in mate selection and therefore responsible for everything under the sun that happens in the dating world, to them being actually dysfunctional and wrecking all relationships, including future ones that you might have with them. She would actually have zero responsibility in it. But is this actually true? We have heard all about one side of the story, so maybe let's shine a light on the other one, the single dads. And the first question I might ask is, should you date single dads? Many people's first impulse is to screech yes. After all, they are regarded as heroic superhuman entities for doing as much as lifting their young ones up once a year and posting a picture of it on Instagram. Many young women, however, remain hesitant as society tries to push and sell the idea to be the stepmom maid for the forever boyfriend's offspring. So you may ask, what is my opinion of it? Is it worth it to date a single dad? And I have to say that my answer is a clear no. Never date a single dad. I would not advise dating a single father for many reasons. Firstly, most single dads do not live with their children. He is effectively abandoning his children. And they know they could have been there for the children by staying with the mom they chose to procreate with. But they decided to abandon them instead of creating a stable relationship and safe environment for their children. Statistics show that fathers are actually at fault when it comes to domestic violence in the home, much more in a much larger scale than women. Fathers who abandon their children are a population with high percentages of domestic violence perpetrators and mental illness sufferers. Many get someone pregnant on purpose and then leave. This is called reproductive coercion, and it's not women who are usually doing this. Society allows them to do this today instead of putting them in prison. Mere birth control and choices are never going to solve this issue either. There is no instance where men are being forced into parenthood on a large scale. Quite the opposite. They force women into it by using coercion, isolation, abuse, acting, grooming, violence, gaslighting, and many other tactics of domestic abuse. Then they leave. We know even of an instance of a rapist who ran away claiming that his victim is not allowing him to see the child. They all say the exact same sentences. It has nothing to do with reality in many cases. It is women who are being forced on a large scale to become single mothers, if anything. Also, it is likely that a man who is a single father and you will not even know. A lot of low-value men place no value in human life and just throw that offspring away. Look up Thailand and the sex tourists who leave many of their children there, do not contact them, never want to see them again, and do not want to speak with their mom or their children. Also, if he is owning up, likely because he just simply cannot hide it, it is usually the man's actions that are the cause of a split. Why, you may ask? Aren't it women who are disproportionately often filing for divorce? Well, that only means that they are filing for the divorce papers. Even if the separation itself is initiated by the woman, and the woman has to do the dirty work of splitting up, it is usually the man's actions who are actually leading to the deterioration of the relationship. So what does that tell you? You already know that he could not behave in a normal way in the relationship despite knowing that he has a child, despite a human life being dependent on it, so he will likely run the same exact routine on you. After all, he got away with it already one time, and he saw that there are zero consequences for men who do this type of behavior. Statistics also show that children react worse to stepmoms than to stepdads. This is likely due to better bonding with the maternal figure and a bigger reluctance to see this maternal figure questioned or replaced. While stepdads oftentimes have a solid opportunity to develop a positive bond with the stepchildren, a new woman faces a very different situation. Just look for reference at the stereotype and the archetype of the evil stepmom. So in conclusion, it is not worth it to date a single dad. They have many more markers of mental violence, insanity, abuse, and criminality than single mothers. They usually are not taking effective responsibility of their children, which is in and of itself a character flaw that is there and clearly observable, and you should not take that leap of faith and put yourself in a situation that will likely require a lot of work from you, will likely not lead to a positive bond because you are the woman with the new stepchildren, and will likely end in much suffering for you, because this person has not succeeded in building a stable relationship one time, and it's unlikely that they will succeed with you. And that's it from my side. If you have any comments regarding this, leave them down below.